Hey Scorpio. Um Scorpio, this is a reading for all of you guys, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, wherever you have Scorpio, just take it how it resonates. We're not all one energy, we're not all one sign, so this couldn't possibly, be the only story. So if there's other parts that you want to see, go look at the other videos. Also, this is a timeless reading, so regardless of when you watch it, just keep an open mind, open perspective that energies play out in their own timing, not in our timing. What I'm seeing immediately, I'm seeing Leo energy, I'm seeing heavy Taurus, Cancer, and other scorpionic energy. So, Scorpio, I'm just getting the feeling that y'all was forged in the fire, honey. Forged in the fire. If this video is resonating for you with Scorpio energy, y'all have been through some shit. And I'm honestly seeing it in regards to relationships, but please take it how it resonates. Especially with this Pluto energy, with the judgment. This is like growing through a lot of very painful lessons. I'm just picking it up in love. It could also be professionally as well, dealing with institutions, dealing with like where you live, just a lot of trials. And it could almost have the energy where if you're not in a high vibration, you might say something like the divine has turned their back on me, God hates me, or that's a very extreme thing, but it could feel like the universe is punishing you, or why do I have to go through such heavy karmic energy, especially because that hand is reaching out from the divine. And so the thing is that Scorpios, you guys rule the underworld, and you're also ruled by Mars as well as Pluto. So you guys have very fiery energy. Y'all are more like steam. And it's interesting that you guys are more like steam. Scorpios never came off as water to me. They came off as like, yeah, they have water. Yeah, you guys are loving, but you guys definitely have a fiery element, especially since you share a planet with Aries. But it's like that energy of that pot, right? That pot, that steam with this, I just can't take my eyes off this energy. So it's kind of like there's like a new version of yourself forged in the fire. And sometimes when we're stubborn, especially with this Taurus energy, when we can be stubborn, it's almost like it feels like the divine is turning up the heat because there's a lesson that needs to be learned. And sometimes we learn it over and over and over and over until the point where it gets so hot that we're like, F this, I'm never going through this again, F that. And that's what I'm seeing, because this Hierophant is Taurus energy, but it kind of comes off like the devil. It's kind of like feeling like a slave to a pattern, a slave to a karmic situation. Like, I always go through this, this always happens to me, and it gets more intense, like that fire. But it's not a negative thing, guys. A lot of those trials and things that you've been through have been to grow your character in ways that fire really does cook. It does cook us spiritually, because fire, like forged in the fire gets things done. Sometimes we need anger, because it activates us. I always say that, but it's better, easier said than done. But what I'm seeing with the Scorpio energy is that a lot of you guys have been breaking free from old paradigms. Like, some of you guys, it could be religion. Some of you guys, it could be relationships, astrology. Like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to live in this box. Like, I'm not going to do this. It's very like, F that. Like, I'm going to use my own intuition, and I'm going to create my own structure, my own life. F that. So I'm seeing a lot of strength from being forged in this fire, like so much strength, especially in Scorpio season. But regardless of when you're watching this is timeless. So just take it how it resonates. Some of you guys could have released a karmic bond with a Taurus. Like, there was a very strong soul connection that could have been stretched to lifetimes. And you see how there's a trauma bond? Because this is kind of giving me the devil. This could be like, oh, because but it's not the devil. This is the Hierophant, which is traditionally the priest. So some of you guys could have been bonded with someone because you had the same belief systems, but about like toxic things, or like about only one thing. Like, we're both the same ethnic background, but nothing else in common. We're both gay. We're both, we're a guy and a girl. You have it's kind of like, we both are from the same neighborhood, but like, it's kind of like, as you've evolved, you didn't have that much in common. So even though these Three of Cups represent good times and like not being able to be with that person anymore, not getting closure, not having that stability, there's a new opportunity. And I'm definitely seeing it. If this is a love situation for you, it's love. If this is a work situation for you, it's work. If this is a living situation, this is living, a house. So there's something trying to come in. And you see how there's this hand? I always say that aces can be missed. They can be missed opportunities because it's your choice. It's not like a tower moment where it's kind of like unavoidable. Like the divine wants you to change your vibration about, it's like you're looking in the wrong direction. Maybe you're looking at it like, man, I always go through this. But maybe start saying, I grew through a lot. Man, I'm so freaking strong. I wonder what else I can do. Maybe it's like, something about like the best you can have. Maybe it's like the best house you could live in, the best you can location you can live in, the best experiences you can have, the best relationship you can have. You're ascending past that. Like those cups didn't have anything for you. They're empty, Scorpio. So this is about like really just changing your mood because it's a cup. Just changing your mood. Just changing your mood about it, because it's like with this Prince of Cups, it's interesting that he's got these leaves as kind of representing growth, but you see how he's got this Ace of Cups? Look at this Ace of Cups. They mean the same thing. Emotional fulfillment. It's kind of like saying, get out of the energy that you've lost anything. Get out of the energy that anything was better for you on that side, and start to look towards the future. Start to look towards the now at least. Because even if you got it, you wouldn't be satisfied with it. So the divine is kind of like warning you, like, hey, Scorpio, don't get lost in a desire or don't get lost in a fantasy from the past. Like, because see how that underworld again? You'll find your balance when you can just change your mood and perspective. Is going to allow you to see what's coming in. Something's trying to come in. And what I'm seeing is the easiest way to change your mood is to get into what you did as a child. It was funny today, long story short, I was walking outside and I saw this little girl playing Barbies on her front porch. And I was like, yeah, when you're kids, you just want to play. Like, like I'm feeling like Scorpio just needs some fun with this magical energy. Like, there's a need to like maybe watch a movie from your childhood. It's almost Christmas season, but just depends on when you're watching this. But just getting into that like light energy, because I'm seeing like a choice for Scorpio. Some of you guys need to cut some cords with people from the past, like soul ties. I always say that soul ties can be your parents. So for some of you, it could resonate from like doctrine from when you were younger. But I'm seeing like you guys really breaking free of this slave energy where you're like a slave to the old story. Again, feeling like you're bound, like really breaking free of those dogmatic structures. It could be a job, a person. But when you do and you tap into that child energy, you see that sun? Some of you guys could be drawn to sunflowers, just wanting to get outside, use your imagination, paint, get an adult coloring book, smoke some weed if it's legal. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that, like, honestly, but some of you guys just need to sit down and take a break, okay? So I know I'm saying this and I don't know if I'll get in trouble for it, but if it's legal in your area, maybe you should take a little break, because it's just a lot of heavy energy and you guys just need to have some fun, even if it's in your mind, to kind of tap into that creative energy. But what I'm seeing for Scorpio is the sun is the feeling. This says marriage, happiness, and bright prospects. So you're manifesting it, but it's almost like who you are. Who you need to be right now in this moment, Scorpio, is happy and free, is light and airy. It's not all this depth. You guys are typically really comfortable with the underworld energy. You're very comfortable being below the surface with this Cancer. You're very comfortable, but now this season is kind of like this Leo energy where it's like, yeah, it's about me and my happiness, and that's all that matters right now. Right now, what matters is me and my happiness. So, Scorpio, this is about tapping into, for the next season of your life, where your feelings come first. And if anything is in the way of that, it's kind of like just turning your focus, because I'm seeing you guys actually seize the opportunity. So Scorpio, that was a handful, a mouthful, but I'm really seeing that tapping into that child energy will help you, because it doesn't even matter if you get this cup of love. It doesn't matter if you get the job. You won't be happy if you're not happy with yourself. So this is kind of like a heads up for Scorpio that something good's coming in, but how you feel about you right now, even without it, is going to determine how you feel even if you have it. So Scorpio, this was your reading. If you'd like to book a personal reading, all my info is down below. If not, if you're watching this on Instagram, it's at the link in my bio. You can book up to 15 days in advance and schedule your appointment, and I'll see you guys in the next reading.